All right, man. And welcome, man, to our viewing audience to What's Good with Gil and Larry. I'll be the man, Larry, and that be
The man Gil.
man, I want to thank my partner back, man. First and foremost, man, how was your honeymoon, man? You're recently wed man, so how was the cruise, man?
Well, first of all, thank you for asking. I appreciate that. Second of all, I want to thank you for being there at the wedding. It was great seeing you. I
Yes,
know it
sir.
was a rainy one, but it was still a good one. So I hope you had a good time. I
Uh,
know I had a good time. And you can tell me about how the food tasted at another time because I didn't have any of it. I was just gracious. But as far as the cruise went, it was the Disney cruise. Me and my new wife and two of the little ones came, the 9-year old and our 4-year old. And the weather did not cooperate, but we still had a very, very good time. Very good time. I
oh man,
highly recommend it. Now, I'm not going to say that I highly recommend that you do this on your honeymoon
right?
because when you bring kids, as you know, it's about the kids. Always. They don't know how to think any other way.
Yeah,
And that's fine. You know that when you're going into it. Most people, when they go on a honeymoon, they want to have that quality time, just one on one. You know what I'm talking
yeah, you
about.
definitely know what you talk about.
So, but that did not happen on this trip.
Oh,
It didn't. But you know what? I mean, I think, and I don't want to spend anybody else's money because I'm a guy who grew up with not a lot of money. So I know how to, rub nickels together and stretch a dollar. But if you can get a hold of a few $1,000s, I'm saying between 4 and 5, you could bring 4 people
mm.
on that cruise for 5 days.
Oh man, that's crazy.
You just got to get it during. Probably not going to happen in the summer, and it's probably not going to happen in the winter. But those off seasons like spring, when nobody likes the weather in spring,
Yeah.
which half of spring, and the fall, which is what we did, I think you'll get a cheaper rate. I'm telling you, like 5 grand, 4 people can go for 5 days. It's it is so worth it. It's so money well spent. You create a lot of memories, a lot of things to do for the kids, a lot of things to do for adults. I mean, outside of beverages and gratuity, everything is included. You can eat at any time.
Oh,
You can
oh,
have regular beverage at any time, and there are so many options. You can do the simple foods, and then when you like dine in, I mean, it is how you doing kind of food. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness. I'm a foodie, man. So you already know that's speaking to my heart, man. I'm a
Hey,
foodie, man.
I'm telling you, if eventually you and I we rolling in it,
Yes, sir.
Disney cruise, me and Larry. That's
Hey,
it.
we got to do it,
Me and
and
Larry. Nobody
we'll
else.
hold it. We'll try to host the podcast somehow, some way, because I know you don't get no service out there in the ocean, man. It's
No.
like Titanic. No wonder it's so they couldn't get in contact with nobody, man. It's in the middle of nowhere in Antarctica. You know what I'm saying? So,
You are so right. I gotta
oh,
say though, we left from New York City, went down to Bermuda,
mm,
and spent a day and a half in Bermuda, and then came back to New York City. That's how the 5 days went. But while you're on this trip, you don't get service unless you pay. I believe it's $25 charge to have kind of basic service,
mm,
and it's for 24 hours.
that's it.
So we decided to do that one day before our trip ended to make sure that we were able to contact the people that were picking us up
Right.
and stuff like that. So the negative is, besides not being able to use, any streaming service, any kind of social media, I was not able to watch sports
Oh,
at all
oh,
the whole
oh.
weekend, the first couple days in the week. So I only found out a couple of the basics.
Yes. And my
And
brother.
of course, I found out about my team
Ah,
blowing a 21-point
oh,
lead in
oh.
16 minutes.
Look, look.
You're welcome. You
Oh,
got really bad to do that.
oh my goodness. Look,
That's
look.
my team.
Just,
But other than that, there's not much I can talk about previously. So if you bring it up, I'm gonna act like a first time listener. Like,
you know what? I noticed when you were going, man, the power of having a co-host, a co-owner, the co-part. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we joined at the hips, man. I'm telling you, it's very difficult. And I was tired, so I said today I'm going to take me a nap before I even got on. I said I'm gonna take me a nap so I'm rejuvenated and my thoughts run freely. Because last thing was like a recap. I kind of sandwiched it all in, and I'll be needing you to feedback so I could kind of go off your feedback also. But I touched on a lot of points last week, man. I started with definitely the baseball because baseball now is like peak time for me. 162 games throughout the year, bro, is a lot. A lot. You know what I mean? So now it's like, okay, now the cream of the crop, the crumb of the crumb is here. And I've been watching, I've been getting in tune with a lot of baseball games, which I'm thinking about the Tampa Bay just got swept by the Texas Rangers, right? And I'm looking at that whole series, and I'm like, man, Tampa Bay came out flying out the gates. They had won like their first in their 20 games, And for them to get swept, one, they had the lowest attendance rate down there for any playoffs in history. Like only 19,000 came to that stadium to watch them play, which is sad, right? This is a playoff team, right? But they took a lot of injuries on the way out. You know what I mean? Like the healthiest teams, man. And then you look at if you're looking at how the field played out, the teams that are here, I expected to be here. Texas once again had a great year. They did a great job rebuilding their program from ground up. You got to hit the bottom or to go to the top. That's how sports are. You know how it flips. Your Bears will come back to prominence. I promise you they will. That's just the way sports is. Yeah, it's coming. It's a while, but it will be there. Trust me. I've been through some years with the Cowboys, so I know. You got to kind of take the bitter with the sweet, okay? But when you come, yeah, throw it in their face, okay? Phillies. The Phillies are Phillies. Phillies, I think, is going to be a strong team. But I think for me, the teams that you really got to pay attention to, because I think they are prime ready for this postseason. Obviously, LA. LA spent a lot of money on a roster, and they got a lot of key players. Phillies for sure, because they got sluggers and they got some small ball hitters. But Atlanta is looking strong to me. And then you also got to worry about. I like what Baltimore did this year. They actually led the majors and wins this year. But you still got Houston. And Houston, man, it's like one of them teams like postseason. They're just prime for postseason. I don't care what they do throughout the regular season. Postseason, they've been there. They've done that. It's like Chicago Bulls when Jordan was playing. When they in the playoffs, a whole different team. You got a seasoned veteran team that's ready for the big moment. You know what I mean? So I'm curious to see how that's going to go, but I would love to see like an Atlanta Orioles on finals. I think that'd be a great one, because you got two of the most consistently better teams this year, both over 100 wins this year. And if they can meet in the postseason at the final, that'd be like, oh man, that'd be the ultimate to me, especially for Baltimore, because it's been a while since Baltimore been like that team. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm curious because it's looking like how Washington had that year when the Nationals kind of came through and the postseason they came in with the momentum and then they won the whole thing. Yeah, I'm looking at like something like that. But for my baseball people that's watch baseball, you know what I'm talking about. It's going to be a great postseason. I like the team that's in there. I think it's going to be interesting. Unfortunately, my Yankees ain't make it, but hey, it goes to show you, man. Yeah, I'm a Yankees man. I'm a Yankees man. But you can't always spend all this money on big rosters, man, because we got sluggers, but we didn't have no small ball hitters, And if baseball, you need a combo. You need some small ball hitters because in the postseason, everybody's not getting on that plane, knocking them out the park. You're playing the best of the best, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. We had our run. New York had their run. But I like to see Baltimore because, like I said before, Baltimore has always been like a consistent a step, it's rough when you see a team that's normally a good team go through their bad times, But they stripped the roster, rebuilt it. Hey, look at them now, man. Now we talking about Baltimore. You just feel me?
We are in lockstep on this, almost practically 100%. When you said that the teams that you thought would be here are here, I would say everybody except our New York Yankees. That's the one team that you and I mean, we're both from Jersey. It was either going to be Mets or Yankees. And
Yeah.
we both went with the Yankees. And we went with the Yankees before they got good.
Yeah.
Okay. Because when I
Yeah.
started watching baseball, like
Yeah.
really watching it, the Mets were the team. In the mid to late 80s, it was
they
all
were.
about the Mets. It was
Yes, they
all
were.
about the Mets.
Yes, they
not
were.
the Yankees.
Daryl Strawberry, yes.
So, you know, when you have a big payroll like that and you got the NY, I'm talking about the NY, you know, in the Bronx, you're expecting them to make the postseason. Now, maybe
Yes.
they choke it up, you know, first round or wild card, whatever. At least now the wild card isn't a game. At least it's a series, a 2 out of 3 series. I always thought it was ridiculous that baseball is built on series. No matter what, it's usually a 2 out of 3.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally it's 1 out of 2.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's a 4-game series.
Indeed.
Right?
Indeed.
Yet you're going to do all that work to make the postseason, to make the wild card, to play. Wait for it. I'm going to correct because there's a lot.
It's a lot.
A lot of numbers. Hold on. I got it. 1 game. These are all professionals.
Yes.
The worst team can beat the best team once. That can happen. So the fact that we went this long with a wild card in baseball for 1 game, you save your ace, your best guy for 1 game, you have a good chance of winning. How many of these teams were 10, 12 games better than the team that they were playing in the wild card, but because they win the division, they got the wild card to play 1 game, and they called that a successful season because you made the playoffs. Hogwash. I'm not into that.
Indeed.
I get unhappy when the Yankees get eliminated early, but I get really unhappy if they don't make the postseason. They spend too much money. Listen, I don't love Aaron Boone, but he can't make enough mistakes for them not to make the postseason. Indeed. I don't know if these guys, their work program, their muscles are so tight that they're getting all these hamstring pulls. But Giancarlo Stanton, exactly. He never plays. He never plays.
The guy who the Marlins just got beat by
and then the second best player in the American League, Aaron Judge, misses over half a season because of a toe.
Yeah.
A toe.
Oh, you talking about the slugger?
Yeah.
That can't get on base unless he's knocking him out the
right.
That guy, right?
Home run or bust.
Home run or bust, right?
Right. Strikeout. What's a strikeout?
What's that?
A strikeout?
What are you talking about? You talking about runners in position and just getting on base?
Yeah, getting on base.
RBI?
And here's a thing called RBI, which is runs batted in. You try and do that. You try and hit the ball enough so the guy comes in
around the bases. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, it's a guy in the 4070 club. His name is Ron O'Corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
This guy. Stole 70 bases, brought a lot of batters in. Right? Small ball hitter. He's not knocking them all out the park, but MVP in my league all day.
Fundamentals.
Any baseball team.
He's a hitter.
He's a hitter.
He's good defense, and he runs the bases like a Goodell.
40-70, that's the evolution of baseball. It has to evolve. Mm-hmm. When them old farts started this thing, they said, "Nah, we can't let them other guys get in this thing." Them guys kind of fast over there. Them guys hitting kind of hard over there.
Yeah.
Right? Now it's a Latin sport. Did you hear what I said, my brother?
Yes.
Nope. All the Latin brothers out there, they have trumped us African Americans because we still the minority.
In this sport, they
in this sport. In this sport.
We're gonna qualify.
In hockey too. Hockey, I guess we don't do well on skates. I don't know.
That's another discussion for another
discussion right there, right? But man, before I get to the NBA, because I gotta definitely talk about this NBA, how it's gonna this year, because I got my thoughts, my opinions, okay? Mm-hmm. But I just want to go to quick prime, and well, and you missed that game, which was a hell of a game. It was a hell of a game, my brother. It was a lot that went on in that game. Okay, because I said after the Oregon loss was going to really determine what kind of team that we're going to be looking at.
Yeah.
Because the way they got beat, two things going to happen. You're going to take that loss, and they just suck the spirit out you. They broke your back. They treat you like excuse my terms, but a rape victim. They just took advantage of you and took your dignity and your pride and everything that you built up and all your swag and mojo, and they took it and they showed you that you're not on my level and they broke you. Okay? Or you're going to see when a dog fights and he gets in a fight, the dog either going to come back more aggressive, more vicious, and show you I'm a dog. It wasn't my best day, but I'm a dog, right? I ain't got my tail tucked. They showed me that. It was now you playing USC, man, which the 8th ranked best team, Heisman Trophy. Oh my God, man, this guy is that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, Caleb Williams for America don't know who I'm talking about. It's definitely that guy in college now.
He might be the Bears' next quarterback.
Ooh. Now the question is, because their question to him is, because y'all are probably going to get the number 1 pick. Well, I was going to say Arizona, but they actually look like they want to play football this year, believe it or not. They really do. I think that y'all guys really like the Broncos like the closest where y'all was going to get. Yeah, because it was that messy. So y'all might be taking to go get that guy. You know, does he come out and go Chicago? Which, I mean, for me as a challenge, if I was playing the sport as a challenge, right? You know that you're going to be that guy, right? Well, whoever picks first, you know you're going to a bad team, okay? So you can't get around that bullet. The question is, do you feel you got the mojo to have them people build around you and y'all build a contender? Or do you look at what they have done to Justin Fields and not supporting him and not getting him the OCs and not getting him the help that he needs to really play to his strengths? Because he showed you Sunday what he could do. And that's why, for him, it's a hot and cold thing, but you can see the potential, especially if you play to his skill set. Like him and D Moore is a nice combo, man. And then you still got to respect the guy, the runner, okay? Now, does he need to be more patient in the pocket, not to go too much in the NFL? I'm just trying to make my point. Do you stay another year and say, I'm going to duck that whole mess over there in Chicago and hope that I can get a team that I feel could probably build around my skill set? Or do you say, I'm going to go number 1, go Chicago, because y'all obviously want to take them. You're like, there's no way, Sam Houston, that you're not going to take them. You're going to take Justin Fields somewhere, which it might even be better for Justin Fields. He might go somewhere where they can use a quarterback like Atlanta.
That's a good one. Well, we're obviously just talking hypothetical, and we're just assuming because of right now the Bears they are the worst team. They would have the number 1 pick, and guess what? They got Carolina's number 1 pick, and guess who's also 0-4? Carolina. Ooh. And guess what? The Bears play Carolina this season. So they may get the number 1 pick by accident or on purpose. I don't know. I'm just saying you got to look at the bright side of something because this season makes me want to cry. But anyway, moving on. So I think there's a few to go back.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams' father has been doing a lot of chitty chatting. Okay.
Oh.
And I know the guy, he wants to get his airtime, his mic time.
Okay.
He's going to live his dreams through his son.
Another ball.
And, and his son is that dude. He won the Heisman last year. He could win it again this year. And if he did come out, if he didn't play anymore for the rest of the season, if he entered the NFL draft 2024, he would be the number 1 pick. I don't care who's picking. If you're one of those bad teams, you are not super secure in your quarterback. And I'll be honest, I don't think Cincinnati's going to get the number 1 pick. They're the exception. I don't think they will. They're bad right now. I don't think they will. They would pull a Chicago and do some kind of trade. They might do it with Chicago for all I know. But to answer the hypothetical, so there are certain, not so much teams, but cities that really kind of sell you.
Mm.
You know it. New York sells. It
Indeed.
sells itself. It
Indeed.
doesn't matter how bad the organization is. People are, intrigued by New York, the
Mhm.
Big Apple. There's three teams that represent New York. The two that most people think of are the two that don't actually play in New York, which is the Jets and the
Jets
Giants.
and Giants.
They play in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Yes.
The real New York team is Buffalo.
It's
Go to
Buffalo.
Buffalo and say, I don't think this is New York. Well, it is.
Yeah.
It's not the New York that you see on TV. Now, New York sells itself. LA sells itself. Dallas sells itself. Chicago sells itself. Third biggest market in the entire country.
Mm.
And the Bears are the number one sports team in that
Mhm.
city.
Indeed.
City that's,
Indeed.
when you got the
Indeed.
Cubs on the north side, the White
Indeed.
Sox on the south side,
Indeed.
the Bulls,
Wolves.
and
The Blackhawks.
the Blackhawks, let's
Yeah.
not forget, not too long ago, won 3 championships in 5 years.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
With all that being said, with even the Bears being possibly the worst team in the league, it's still a Bears town. Still the
Yes.
number one team, the number one franchise organization in the third biggest market. So you don't even have to prove anything in the NFL. As soon as you step off the plane, you're already a king.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
Now, we do have to take into account, what if Eberflus gets fired at the end of the year?
He will.
What if they lose possibly their GM after 2 years?
He should.
Possible. I don't think it'll happen, but possible. Listen, he's had 2 years, and this team has gotten worse since the Nagy and Pace era. So, who's the offensive coordinator going to be? They don't have a defensive coordinator right now. That guy quit after week 1. He resigned.
Defense. That's a word? In Chicago, are you defense? Mike Singletary is rolling over right now. He's so mad right now.
He's still alive. The one who's rolling over is the one who died today, Dick Bucket. He's the one rolling over.
Yeah. Look at that thing they put on the field, man. Like, geez Louise. Like, the Broncos gave up 70 to the Dolphins. 70. College football. Right? 70. And your boys was up 21.
Yeah.
Looking great.
Yep.
Looking great.
Yeah.
I said, oh my God, I dropped the ball on this game. I said, I was already on the fence with the game. So I said, I just figured, like, I don't know, Chicago, the Broncos is the worst team. We'll see if they could just bounce back. And look, I was on the fence so bad. And I look up and I said, oh my God, Russell Wilson is, I ain't gonna say Russell Wilson. I can't put it on that guy. I said, Sean Payton is, that's why old coaches need to stay retired and don't come back. It's a young man's league and a young coaches league, a young mind league. You should have stayed in the booth. And that's the whole time was running through my brain. And I'm looking at this game. I'm like, oh, are they coming back? Oh my God, did they tie the game? Oh my God, did they kick a field goal, win the game? Wow. And then the typical loser fashion, they say, now we don't want to win the game. We just don't want to do nothing to lose the game. Okay? You can't play on skates, y'all. For anybody out there in the sports world, you can't play no sport on skates. Okay? You got to have a Mamba mentality. You got to have a Kobe Bryant, kill, destroy mentality. You got a Michael Jordan. I don't care what you talk about. I refuse to lose to you. You're not even on my level. Here, I'm going to kill you and your whole dreams, Charles Barkley. I'm going to kill you who never got a ring. I'm going to be responsible for that. Yeah, I'm calling it. Yeah, Charles Barkley. I'm sorry they may take the chance. The one chance you probably could have got a ring, I took it from you. Okay? Sorry, Sean Kemp. Gary Payne had to go to another team to get his, and he was old when he got his. But Sean Kemp, I'm sorry I had to take that from you. I'm sorry, Karl Malone. I'm sorry I had to take that from you. But I'm a killer. Okay, you jumped on the court with a killer. Okay, that's the mentality that Chicago should have had. because wins not coming that many in that city, unfortunately. With that franchise and the way it's hooked up, I had so much hype for y'all this year, man. I said, oh yes, they got DJ Moore. You know, I knew the defense was a suspect. I just knew it because y'all dumped a lot last year. Got rid of some key people. You know, Mac. You know, Roquan. Y'all got a lot rid of some guys, right? Your secondary is already weak. Y'all was giving up a lot of points. You feel me? And I don't mean to get on your Bears, man. It's the kind of conversation.
What's going on here? I feel like I'm getting sick.
I'm sorry, America. Back to my original point where Caleb was in his prime.
Yeah, let's go back
there, okay?
Let's go back to Caleb Williams.
Deion's son, especially being down the number one player, which is Travis Hunter. He is their number one player. He is that cushion. He is that safety net. He is that guy when the play breaks down, when I need to make a play, when I need momentum, he's the guy. Okay? Offensively and defensively. Your number one guy is not eating my number one guy. Okay? And that's who's going to be on him. So it's going to get confidence to the other side because if you got this dog over here who's doing this thing, it's going to make you have to step up your game. But in these losses, Coach Prime has some players have stepped up. Okay? So moving forward, because think about it, you played probably the best two teams, one of the best two teams in your conference. You still got Utah, you still got UCLA to worry about, right? They play Arizona State this week, which is not a gimme game because now you're in the thick of your conference play. Okay, so every game is going to be competitive. You got Oregon State, you know, some teams out there you still got to play for, right? But all that being said, they finally got the run game going against USC. Now, mind you, USC defense isn't a top-tier defense. They just have a crazy offense. They have an offense that's going to blow you out the water, okay? But defensively, you know, there's some holes in the defense. And by the way, the running back, Lloyd, the number one running back for USC, he's actually from Wilmington, Delaware. You want to know another key? Yeah, he's from Wilmington, Delaware. Oh. You want to know another key point? It's actually, I know his father. Like, that's my cousin's best friend. I know his father, yeah. Yeah. So when I look at him now, I saw, man, I can see his dad. Like, I see his dad. He's a big boy. Like, he runs that ball, like, for real. First play of the game, cut left. He took it all the way back. Boom. You know, but I think, like I said before, they overachieved already this year because if you won one game last year, you won 3, you already overachieved, okay? It's going to take some time to build a program, okay? Yes, a lot of players came in the portal, but the players that he's going to need for that program to be successful in the future is not the skill players. That's not the problem. The problem is you need to bring pressure. You need to bring some big dogs. You need to get some beef on that line. You need to get some beef on that O-line. And you need to get some big dogs, some middle linebackers, some linebackers that's going to come, some defensive ends that's going to bring some pressure, okay? You need them boys. You like them Georgia boys, you know, them Texas boys, you know, them Alabama boys. If you look at the difference between the Alabamas, the Texases, the Michigans, the Ohio States is because they can recruit them big, old, chunky, big dudes, them 6'5", 6'4", 290 dudes. And you looking like, man, you 19? What your mom fed you your whole life? Man, that was a hefty bill. That guy. That's what they need, you know? But I like where it's going. I like the pizzazz. I like the swag that he got. You know, it's prime, you know. And like you said, he's not been playing the game. They still hating on him, man. But that comes with being successful your whole life, brother. And let's be honest, my brother. Let's be honest, okay? Deion has been on losing franchises, okay? He went to Atlanta Falcons, okay? They were a losing franchise when he got there, okay? So he's not cool with losing, but he understands what it takes to build up to get to a level where you go to a Chicago, or to a Dallas, to a San Francisco, and places like that, where now you're around seasoned veteran teams that know about the game, that been in the big game, that established the big game, and then you go there and you do your thing, you know? So I like I said before, I think he's like, I was saying maybe 3 years. I was saying 3 years. I wasn't expecting too much this year, but it's impressive what he's already been able to do. Okay. And your thoughts?
Oh, I completely agree. It's beyond impressive what he's been able to do so far. And to get back to what you said before, taking that beating from Oregon, it was going to show where they're at here.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they responded.
Yeah.
They came back the next week and responded. Listen, you know, like with anything else, and we said this a couple shows ago, in life, the more successful you are, the more people are going to try and bring you down for whatever reason. It is what it is. Didn't start with Dion. It's not going to end with Dion. Clearly that's happening now, but I don't know if it's orchestrated. I don't know if every time someone makes a comment about Dion and it gets on X or Facebook or ESPN or whatever, it kind of brings that person a little bit up by saying something. You know, anybody can compliment Dion and what he's doing, Coach Prime. We're doing that. But, you know, if you want to make a name for yourself and you talk a little bit negative about him, or, you know, I know to take my hat off and my glasses off and stuff like that when I'm having a conversation with an adult, you know, just silly things. He didn't know the name of every single player on his roster, you know, which, you know, I mean, come on, man. I mean, we're just nitpicking. You're jealous. You're envious of the fact that this guy continues to be so successful in what he does. And he tells you he's going to be successful, and then he does it and you don't like it. So just say it. Just say, man, you know what? This guy, listen, I don't want to get religious because I'm a religious guy, but if religion is real and there is a God, whichever God you practice, he's the kind of guy that when he was born, whatever God you want to use, came over, gave him a tap on the shoulder, and said special, and moved on. Special. And moved on.
Yeah.
He's that kind of guy. Whether that happened or not, I don't know. Please, no hate mail.
Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, Charles Barkley, if you didn't like what LL had to say about you, please call in to the What's Good with Gil and Larry every Wednesday, 9 p.m.
And don't forget
to America, you're allowed to retort.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
I didn't want to cut you off when you brought that up, but I knew I was going to bring that up. So please, Sir Charles, by all means. That's terrible. That's terrible. Listen, I'm happy for Prime. I'm realistic. I think that team can go maybe 500 this year, which would be fantastic. Fantastic. But, you know, after they went, what were they, 3-0? Yeah, people start thinking crazy.
Yeah. National championship.
Thinking, you know, they can beat Oregon. No. Guess what? They're going to lose again. Yeah. And they're probably going to lose again.
Yeah.
That's okay. You're building something. You're seeing some of the talent. He's using the name, image, likeness, you know, the transfer portal to a T, which has changed the game. Where now Nebraska is like, and Alabama is like, you know, they want to sit there and pout. Why don't they want to play for me? I'm the powerhouse. Well, you know, there's a little bit of that. There's star power, and you want to play for Coach Dion. You want to work for Coach Dion. I know I do.
I do.
Too bad he's all the way out in Colorado.
Yes, sir.
You know, if he was like one state over, I'd really consider it. I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably be in the editing department, but, you know, whatever. So anyway, I do, again, I wish we could come up with topics where we really disagree. But there's nothing I can say differently that you haven't already said, that I haven't already said. I like the success of Prime. I like how his team responds to challenges. I don't hold the Oregon loss against them because it's what I expected. I said it. I said
you said it. You called it.
I thought there'd be a blowout than a close game.
Yeah, you called it. Yeah, you definitely called that game. That was I thought it would be a little bit more competitive, but like they said, it's a spooky place to play going to Oregon with that big old duck, man. It's something about that stadium, that team, they got some dogs, man. They got some athletes. They got some athletes out there, man. And I was looking at some film of them, you know, past games, and think about it, Bo Nix is like 30. He's 30, man. He's like the oldest college player ever. He reminds me of Pat White when he was in Oklahoma. Like, he's old. So what you expect to get?
That was the example I was going to use.
You know what
I'm like, dude, this guy's like a decade older than me. And I've been out of college for a couple of years now.
Like, come on. Like, You going against that, and then you got the I could throw it like Pat Mahomes behind my back, and I throw a dunk on you, and Caleb Williams, like, and all the weapons that they throwing at you, and just the packages, the coverages, and the deep. Oh man, it was crazy. But for them to come back was like, okay, yeah, they came back. They came back. So you build off of that. You know what I mean? You build off of that. So that was just one of the things that stood out to me in college football. Obviously, Georgia is going to be who they are, and I like Texas, what they're doing. I told you got to go through some bad years in order to get back to what we know you as. They haven't been that team since freaking Vince Young was there, bro. So that's a long time since Texas.
Well, they made the championship one year with the McCoy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Colt McCoy.
One year.
How long are we going back?
Over 10 years.
Okay,
I think it was like 2009, 2010.
Right. It's been a while. It's been a while. Now they had some players come out there, some individual players that came out of Texas and made to the NFL. Because they were just exceptional athletes, right? Yeah. But as far as just the program itself being up to top 5, as we know in Texas. So I'm loving what they, how they're doing it out there in Texas, because I like to see certain teams where I'm like, I know them to be good teams, and you see them go through bad times. It's like, man, you got teams like Duke this year. Can you believe it? Duke is a nerd school and a basketball school. No disrespect to Duke, right? But it's the truth. It's a basketball school. But now they actually have a football team and a hell of a defense this year. They really do. The Notre Dame game was a great game also, because Notre Dame got a good defense. You see when they did Ohio State, you missed that game. Did you see that game, Ohio State, Notre Dame game? You missed that game. Great game. It was a great game. It was a great game. It came down to one play, goal line. It was a great game. But Notre Dame for 4 quarters, man. I mean, it came down to one last drive. So it was a great game, But defensively, they got a defense, man. They definitely got a defense. So it's great to see these teams, man, like, there. It's Rudy, man. Like Rudy with it. It's Rudy, But I'm moving on, man. I wanted to throw the little college football out there before I got to this basketball.
Hey, listen, college football is almost half over.
It really is.
Think of it like that. It's almost half over.
It is. So I'm thinking about the Dame Dimes and went over to Milwaukee and paired up with that beast they call Giannis. Anima Katubo. That guy. I mean, we know he wanted to go.
The Greek Freak.
Yeah, the Greek Freak. That guy. Right? I know he wanted to go to Miami. That was definitely his destination of choice was Miami. I know he also wanted to go to a contender. Right? Like me personally, I would love to play for Coach Spoels because I just think he's a great coach. He has earned my respect as a coach because I didn't give him his respect when Bron and the Bosch and all them players, and to his credit, you got to think LeBron James was at that time it's LeBron James. I mean, I don't think his status ever not been LeBron James. He is excitement wherever he has been, whenever he has been in that basketball. He is the showstopper. He's that guy. Okay. Chris Bosh was the beast in Toronto, man. He's a beast. And then you get all the complimentary players along with D-Wade, Haslam, and them people boys. So I felt like the roster was like, we could have coached that roster and did something, right? Wrong. Because now you have to work with egos. You got to work with positions. You got to work, what is your position on this team? Because in the first year, LeBron was kind of taking a seat back because he said, well, this is the Wade's town. This is his team. And I want to kind of be the role player. Okay. Well, it takes a coach to put this together and say, look, man, you the star. Wade's getting old. Haslam is getting old. Bosh, you have to switch your role up. You got to coach. Okay. Now, once he got the Jimmy Butler and, he built that team around Jimmy Butler and what he got going on now, man, it made me really respect his coaching because I'm like, wow. Like Miami has an identity. They have a strong identity for being a defensive-minded team. They definitely got some dogs. They got some playmakers. They got which I thought Philly is the dumbest franchise ever. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say that. Yeah, I'm not even sorry. They are the dumbest franchise ever. They don't know how to keep key players. Yes, Tobias Harris over me. Y'all know the quote. Y'all know the quote I'm talking about. Tobias Harris over me, Mr. Give me the ball in the fourth quarter and I'm coming every time, Mr. Jimmy Buckets, Mr. I'm going to put the dagger in your heart. And you told Tobias Harris, a journeyman? Stop it, man. Stop it. That's dumb. we could go all the way back to Brand and Weber. Y'all, you got these old players when they on the hill, when they done. And we ain't gonna talk about that trade with LA for buying him. We never played a single minute, and he raped y'all for like 100 million or something crazy, right? Never played one play, but he got guaranteed money. Woo! He worked you dummies.
Don't forget about Big Dog Glenn Robinson.
Oh my goodness! At the end of his career.
Had him for a year.
His career. But then y'all went and y'all traded to get Noel New Orleans #1 pick. What? And then Mr. Mental, I can't think about basketball. I'm going through a mental breakdown. Got too many problems. Mr. Ben Simmons can't shoot a jumper. I'm 6'9", can't even shoot a jumper. I'm scared to shoot a jumper. No, I don't want to shoot a jumper. I go on and on ranting about that. The ticket, the process, whatever the hell you want to call it.
At least he could play when he was with Philadelphia. He can't since he's been traded. He can't even play.
I don't think he wants to play anymore. I think he got his money and he's done. I think he's mentally checked out and he
doesn't have dog in him. He doesn't have Mamba in him.
Nah.
He doesn't have the will to want to win. And when you lack something, it gets brought up to you, and you rationalize and convince yourself. Because you're not convincing anybody else. You're convincing yourself that, oh, no, I'm good. I'm good. I remember when, gosh, had to be over 20 years ago now, when the New Jersey Nets had Keith Van Horn. And he had all this stuff. He was Dirk a few years before Dirk.
Indeed.
Should have been, because he had all that skill. But people like, why are you passing up the ball late in the fourth quarter? Why are you getting all your rebounds all in the first half? Why are you, taller than a lot of the guys that you defend, but you don't get shot, you don't block any shots or nothing when you're clearly athletic. And he rationalized everything. He's like, oh, I think I can bang with the best of them. I'm always there defending. It's not just about shot blocking and, it's about contested shots. Hey, man, listen, if you can't realize that you are not clutch down the line, and you don't do anything impactful on defense, if you think you're good, then you're not going to get better, and you're going to limit yourself. You have all that talent, and your best year was your rookie year.
Yeah.
I mean, what's that all about? And I feel like Ben Simmons is the same thing. He's just convincing people, or he thinks he's convincing people. Oh, no, I'm not the problem. I'm good. I don't need to shoot threes. Brother, you're not even on the court anymore.
Yeah.
You're not on the court. You're monotone about everything. Everything.
No
why am I hearing about who you're dating more than your stat line?
Exactly. No fight. Like, no fight, no dog. I don't respect
you want to be a celebrity, go do something else.
Yeah.
Hey, play ball, man.
Come on.
Play ball. Because there are a lot of people who would take a lot, I'm not going to say for free, but would take a whole lot less money to have your giving gifts and ability. To be 6'9", 6'10", dribble like that.
Come on.
Jump like that.
Come on.
Come on, man.
Come on. And all I have to do in the off season is work on my jump shot. I make a lot of money. Come on, your job. Come on.
Why are you not doing that 8 hours a day in the off season? 8 hours. You're telling me you're not going to be? I can hit a three.
Look, I play ball, so I understand how that just wanting to be the best mentality. Like to know that, okay, I already got the left layup. I'm good on that. I'm good in banging it in the paint. I'm good defensively. What my weakest point is my shot. Okay. So I got money. Now imagine this is us being free. This is us free laboring out there shooting, trying to work on our game, right? You got money. You could pay professional people, a trainer, to literally say, yo, I need to have at least one shoot. At least let's just say go 30%. 30% for 3-point range. Okay. I ain't gotta go 40, 50. We'll work on that later. I ain't gotta be Ray Allen or Steph right now. I just need 30%. Okay. That way the defense will respect me. Okay. Because if I know that if I know you're not going to shoot a three as a defender, why am I defending the 3-point line? I'm gonna give you that. You can have that space. You're not going to shoot it anyway. Okay. It makes my job as defender way easier when I know exactly what you're going to do. Because as a defender, I'm supposed to take away your strength and push you to your weakness. Okay. Well, your strength is in the paint. Okay. How you let Trae Young body you in the paint? Trae Young. And that's a dog.
He's
Short dog.
he's my size.
Yes.
He's my size.
Yes. And
I'm
he moved it.
5'11".
He said, get out of here. It's my
170.
rebound. He says,
He's
my
my
rebound. Get out
Come
of
on.
here. But damn, the Milwaukee, man, it's interesting. I don't know how to take it. You know, I didn't jump for joy with that particular trade. I don't even know who the hell the coach is. Like I said, Budweiser, I thought that would have been a greater combination with Budweiser being a coach. I thought it have made it work. I don't know who was a coach down out there, man. I'll be lying to you guys. Dame is definitely on the decline. He's 32, 33 years old. You know, he still got a lot. He still got some in the tank. I'm not saying that he's like totally falling off and he don't got, but he's been injured. We gotta see how he comes back from them injuries that he's been through. You know what I'm saying? We know the injuries take a toll on you. They're restructured the whole team kind of. So now they got to kind of get in the rhythm of playing with each other and find each other's sweet spots and just kind of, you know, knowing that it's not really me going to be the focus, because in Portland I had to be the focus. Okay. Now I have to be pretty much that real point guard is going to make sure that Giannis gets his spots. And how do we play off each other? Okay. I think the team that really made a push, in my opinion, to be a greater team is Boston.
Yeah.
And I'm not a C's fan. I'm a Knicks fan. But the C's, man, you got Drew Holiday, great on-ball defender. You got, I think, Jason Tatum, you know, is definitely a premier player in the league. I thought it was great to bring on Brown because they both complement each other well. Then you got Derek White, and you got Porzingis if he can stay healthy, because his problem is he's injury prone, right? But if he can stay healthy, which I probably clock him half the season, because he'll be injured this year. He will. He's like AD in LA. He's not going to be there every game. I promise you. Low management's for them two dudes, for real. And now they're getting on low management because they're saying, yo, these people paying way too much money for y'all to be healthy scratches, talking about, oh, we're going to rest y'all, which I agree. You know what I mean? I don't know what kind of athletes they play. The more the money you got, the weaker these athletes done got, man. I don't get it. You know, because Jordan and them dudes win 82 games, bro. 82. Okay? 82. They played. Injury, sick, flu. I'm tired. I'm gassed. Guess what? It's something called I want to win. I want to ball. Now you got $200 million contracts, $300 million contracts, crazy endorsements out the wazoo, okay? You know, and now you low management, you're resting, and which I blame San Antonio for all that crap, because it started with Tim Duncan. When Coach Pop said, what's the matter with him? Oh, he's scratched because he's old. Because he's old, okay? Then it carried over to Kawhi Leonard when he went to Toronto, and they said, look, we're going to low manage you. And it kind of worked there because they got a chip. But then they tried to do the same thing with LA Clippers, and what happened? He wasn't there. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't work. And then think about it. Say you take your son to a basketball game, and you want to go see one of them players like Steph Curry player. You want to go see, you know, LeBron, or you want to go see, you know, I don't know, Giannis, or anybody that's on that elite level. And then you get there, they hyped up, and you got to look at the bench warmers. I'm going to be mad. I want my money back. I want my money back, bro. Because I didn't come to see the no-namers get ticked. I didn't come for that, man. I brought my kid here, and I want my kid to see the best of the best. Okay? So the NFL, NBA really need to address that issue right there. I say that in order for you to dethrone the champion, you got to beat the champion. So to me, Denver is still that team to me. They didn't lose nobody, bro. And then they've been playing with each other for years now. Mm-hmm. They're only going to get stronger, okay? LA, I like LeBron. I like the energy. I like what they did in the offseason. But to me, the key to the whole thing is AD. Anthony Davis, to me, is the key, okay? If Anthony Davis is healthy in the playoffs, with the roster that they have built around LeBron James, with Christian Woods coming over, with Gabe Vincent, and with D'Angelo Russell at the point, they got some people, Rory Hoshimura, they got from Washington. With that roster, they can make some noise, okay? I don't know what Chris Paul going to do down there and go to state. He might just be too old. You know, he old. And they got an old team, bro. Like for real, they got a whole team, man. Like,
A lot of these teams have acquired talent, but I don't know how they're going to do this lineup.
oh,
If Chris Paul's not coming off the bench, how are you doing that lineup? Are you going to have what are you going to have? You're going to have Clay play power forward? Then where, I don't understand it. Is Wiggins still coming off the bench? Is he going to start? I don't get it. Who's going to be their center? Mooney?
I get Mooney.
Is he going to be able to be on the court with those other guys?
That part.
No, I don't. Because you still have Draymond Green. What's he going to play? He's played center before.
I guess you move him to. I'm curious how you're going to work that roster.
I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do this. Sometimes you can acquire better talent, but it doesn't make for a better team. Doesn't make for better chemistry. Like you were saying with Milwaukee. I like Dame Lillard, and I still think he's got some good game. I don't know, if he's at his prime or he might be declining just a tad. But I don't know that they got better. I think you're right. I think Boston got better because they got players that fit their system. I think Drew Holiday is such an upgrade from what they had, from what they traded away. Chris Stapp, to me, he's a bonus when he plays. He's 20 points.
Yes.
You didn't count on, and he's there. He's going to get hurt. But I still say that if everything breaks right for the Lakers, at best, they're still only the second best team. Mm-hmm. Because Denver, they got a system. They got the best player.
They do.
Got the best player.
They do.
And that dude plays almost every game.
Yes, he does.
And that dude plays almost every minute.
Yes, he does.
He's not old. He's still in his 20s.
Yep.
And his minutes increase in the postseason. That should be. I mean, I get it. He's not American. He speaks broken English. He's white. I get it, but that's the guy that should be the poster boy of the league. I mean, LeBron's still there. LeBron is still there. Okay. LeBron, what he's doing, I'm more impressed with LeBron now in his late 30s than what he did in his late 20s.
Ain't that the truth?
It's remarkable.
It's remarkable. Remarkable.
38 going on 39.
Remarkable. Averaging 28 a game.
And I'll say this, and this is a lot coming from me. A lot. And I'll make it quick because we got to do our picks.
Yeah.
I think at 38, 39, LeBron is better than Jordan was at 30.
I agree.
And Jordan was really good.
I agree.
And he averaged 20 points.
I agree.
He played out of position. He was playing small forward when he's a 2 guard.
Yeah. I agree.
But LeBron is.
I'm not saying that he is.
I don't even think he lost half a step.
I'm not saying he's the GOAT. To me, Jordan will always be the GOAT.
I agree.
And to get to the football, and I always say that I prefer him as more of an all-around athlete. I say I take LeBron because LeBron, I felt, had to deal with a lot more off-the-court issues than Jordan ever did. You know what I mean? Like, everybody want to be like Mike. LeBron had to deal with, the racism, the things that's going on, Black Lives Matters, all this stuff, and just dribble, all that stuff. So, and he's always been underneath the spotlight since day one, okay? And he's lived up to it, And like you said, he done got better and better and better and better. Mm-hmm. At his age, the jokers that made it to his age and been in the league that long, the highest average was 7 points, bro. 7. He's averaging 28.
Yeah, it's remarkable. It's remarkable. This is when the haters, and you can call me a hater. To me, I thought I was fair and realistic. I didn't bow down to the self-proclaimed king. Mm-hmm. He tattooed himself saying chosen one. I didn't do that. But I've got to say, man, this guy, what he's doing at this age is remarkable. He's lived a clean life. Yeah. He doesn't play dirty. He doesn't, there's a lot to like there. Now, one last note with the NBA. We get to see the guy who was the number 1 pick soon, Victor. Well, how do you say his last name? Wembanyama. We'll get it right. I'm excited to see this guy.
I am. I
He is
am.
he is in an organization that's specialized in big men.
Yes.
Robinson, Duncan, now him.
Yes.
I want to see, he's thin, very thin, but
Yes.
he's got,
But you know what?
small forward abilities at a 7'4", 7'5" frame. I
Man,
hope I hope he's everything that everyone has led us to believe that he will be.
I mean, it's like Kevin Durant coming in because Kevin Durant was lanky when he came in. Remember that, right?
Yeah.
Um,
But Kevin Durant came in at 6'9".
that's the truth.
This
And
guy
and that's
7'4.5".
and that's my only thing about being 7'4.5" is that when you're a giant, because that's considered a giant, that they have a lot of issues, health issues.
Yeah.
Like they don't last long. Like Yao Ming didn't last long, and what
Good.
Shaq did.
Knee, back,
Yes.
those things, they go on those guys because
Yeah.
you're not supposed to be built like that. You're not supposed to be built like that.
Yeah.
Wait till he fills out. Wait till he has a man body. Right now he has a boy body.
Yeah. That part.
You see Yao Ming now?
Yeah.
Yao Ming looks twice as big as Shaq.
Yeah.
Sitting down.
Sitting down.
He looks twice as big as Shaq. Because he filled out. He filled out. Oh my gosh. Anyway, all right. It's that time, everybody.
Let's go.
That time. But before we go, I want to thank one of our sponsors, Yoo-Hoo. If you're looking for a chocolate drink without the milk, I recommend the cold Yoo-Hoo. Even out of the box, it's okay. Now, obviously, the games start on Thursday.
Yes.
We are recording on a Thursday, which is not the norm. Normally, our show, What's Good with Gil and Larry, will be on Thursday. Now, on Wednesdays.
Yes.
But today, Thursday. So we're not watching the game. So I don't know what's going on with Chicago and Washington right now. I really don't. So the game is started at 8:15. It's on Amazon Prime. Chicago, Washington. Washington is a 6-point favorite. I'll tell you right now, until the Bears win, I'm picking every team that they're playing against. So for me, I'm taking Chicago with the number.
My goodness. You better stop your mouth, brother. You better stop your mouth, brother.
They're up now. I'm taking Chicago with the number.
Okay.
I'm taking Washington for the win because I got to see the Bears win before I say they win outright.
All right, I got a recap real quick, y'all.
If you got scores, don't tell me. Don't tell me because I'm watching it. It's on Amazon Prime and they repeat it, so I'm gonna watch it.
I won't tell you score, but let's just say
don't tell me. No.
We ain't gonna go there.
No.
Woo!
No.
I just lost my money.
This is genuine. So
this is genuine.
So can you make a pick since you know scores? Or are you gonna bypass this?
No. I'm going.
What would you have said before?
If I would have said honestly, I would have took the Commanders because Washington has to prove. What's the line? What's the line on it though?
6.
Hell no! I'm taking the Bears with the 6.
Okay, we're in agreement.
I would dare to take the Commanders with a 6-point. I don't care what you say. I don't care how bad the Bears are. 6 points with the Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if I see the score or not. I'm taking the Commanders with the Bears for 6.
Yeah. So me too. Okay. Yeah. We see that the same. Sunday, the 9:30 a.m. game.
Oh yeah.
NFL Network. Jacksonville at. Well, they say it's at Buffalo, but it's in England.
Yeah.
So Buffalo is favored by 5.5.
Man, right now Buffalo playing great football, man.
Great football.
It's hard to go against them. Only advantage I could say for this particular game is that the fact that Jacksonville was already over there. They played last week, so they're already acclimated to the thing.
And they know the field. They play there.
They know the field exactly. So if any advantage would be that. So for the points, it's hard to go against Buffalo though, especially with the points and where they playing right now, bro. So I take Buffalo with that 5.5. It's a crazy line, but yeah, Jacksonville playing. Yeah, give me the 5.5. I like Buffalo.
I'm gonna take Buffalo to win, but I think Jacksonville covers. I think Buffalo will not win by 6. That line is talking to me. I could see it, 3 or 4. Jacksonville needs to come down the field and get a touchdown to win it, and they don't. but I don't think Buffalo's going to win by 6. I don't see that happening. Okay, 1 o'clock game. Houston at Atlanta. Atlanta is favored by 2. I'll tell you right now, I'm Houston all the way. I love how Houston's playing.
They're playing great ball. For me, man, they're playing with confidence. They're playing with extreme confidence. They got a decent defense out there. Atlanta, they have a run game. And one thing about Atlanta has a run game, but one thing I've been noticing about Houston's been able to stop the run. Atlanta's a hard place to go play in, though. So I'll take the home team. I'm gonna take the home team. I'm gonna take the home team.
2, that's a funny number.
That's definitely a funny number, man. It's definitely a funny number, man. But I'll take the home team for the cover and the win.
Okay. Keep in mind, Ritter is undefeated in Atlanta, but he's winless on the road. This is in Atlanta. So, what else we got? We got Carolina at Detroit. That's on Fox. Detroit favored by 10. That's a big number.
That's disrespectful, bro. I can't take that. My God. Bryce Young is definitely a rookie, but that's a lot. You know, the Lions are lines, but 10 and they're home. Carolina's bad, bro. Like, they're bad, but I can't with 10, bro. So I think the Lions definitely win the game. Just give me Carolina with the points. It could be a backdoor cover. It could be a push.
Oh, God. I definitely will take Carolina. I think this is going to be a tight game. I think it's going to be tight, despite the fact that it's in Detroit, and Detroit's played well this year. I think it's going to be a tight game. I also agree Carolina with the points. I think Detroit squeaks out a win because they're playing a bad team and they're not going to come ready.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina will. Give me Carolina with the points. Tennessee at Indianapolis. Indianapolis is a home dog, 2 points on CBS.
Man, it's a hard game to call, bro. Especially with the boy Richardson. He actually been playing decent as a rookie. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised.
Is he back playing? Because
He's back. He played last week. He had a hot and cold game. He showed you his potential. He brought him back. They lost. Tennessee, I just think Burrow and them Tannehill, they run the ball. I guess you gotta take Tennessee, man. I take Tennessee against the Colts. I'll take Tennessee. Cause I don't like Tannehill, man. I'm a double back, bro. Give me the Colts, man. Give me the Colts. I'm talking crazy. Give me the Colts.
We're going to disagree on this one. I'm going to take Tennessee, but what I don't like about Tennessee is I feel like they don't score a lot. They have a methodical offense. They still go through Henry on first and second down. I think this will be a close game, but I think Tennessee wins by at least 3. So we're different. We're different on that. Okay, Giants, Miami on Fox. Miami is favored by 11.
Give me the 11 all day long. I like Miami all day. I don't care you gave them 24. What?
I think Miami goes over 50.
I do too.
I think they go over 50.
Oh, give me that, man.
Wouldn't be surprised if the Giants go under 10.
You can tease it, super teaser, extra tease it. I don't care what you do. You can parlay it, whatever. That's not going to be a game, okay? So give me Miami. We're going to the next one. Miami.
We agree. And it's still hot in Miami. So that's another advantage. New Orleans at New England. CBS, New England is favored by 1.
I bet they are.
Who's quarterback?
Oh, man, that's a great question. Well, if Jones can't play a worse game he played. He played against Dallas after a loss, bro. You can't really fault him too much, okay? And Big D. The Saints are atrocity, bro. Who's their quarterback? Who cares?
What I'm saying, is it going to be Carr?
Well, he played last week, which I thought they rushed him. But even if James Winston play, he's worse. So Tatum, give me New England, bro. The only thing about New Orleans, I can honestly say they got a defense. So that's the thing. They can bring pressure. But I'll take New England. Give me New England, man. I hate to say it because give me New England.
This is a tough one for me. So I like I've said before, in matchups, I look at quarterback and I look at head coach. And to me, the clear cut advantage goes to New England for head coach. I don't know about quarterback, but head coach, I'm going to take New England, and I think they're going to win by more than a point, which ain't saying a whole lot.
No.
It's far cry from their, Super Bowl days, but I think they'll beat New Orleans, and you'll start to hear the whispers about the head coach of New Orleans being on the hot seat.
Indeed.
Hot seat.
It's already hot. Scorching.
Baltimore. Oh, this is a good one. Baltimore at Pittsburgh. CBS. Pittsburgh is a home dog by 4.
Give me Pittsburgh with the points.
You think Baltimore wins the game, though?
It's gonna be a rough one. Pittsburgh come off the loss. Mon Thompson at home. They ain't a bad coach. Kenny Pickett, is he even playing? They said he might be playing, but is he gonna play?
He's expected to play. I heard that today.
But what's called got injured though? Oh no, Pickett. That was Pickett. That defense they had a bad game against Texans. Baltimore's playing real good football right now, man. It's the line. I think Baltimore will win. I just think that I would take Pittsburgh for the points, but I think Baltimore's going to win.
I think Baltimore wins and they cover.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think Baltimore's good and Pittsburgh's still kind of figuring it out.
Okay. I like that.
Cincinnati, this is a great one. Cincinnati with all their wins versus Arizona. And on Fox, Arizona is a 3-point underdog, home dog.
You know what's crazy, man? You had asked me about this game earlier, but it clearly says Cincinnati, right? But to me, I think the team that's playing actually better football right now is Arizona. And I mean, they went against the 49ers was the best team, and they did play a decent game.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go to Arizona.
Arizona beat Dallas.
They definitely beat Dallas. And the defense has been playing. They ain't been laying down. And Burrow, I just think they don't protect him enough for me, bro. And Arizona can't bring pressure. So crazy may sound, man. Give me Arizona.
Wow. I'm tempted to go the same way, but I'm not. I think this is a get right game for Cincinnati. They got to win one of these, and there's only so many, bad teams. This is considered a bad one, even though they're playing kind of well. They don't have the talent to match up with Cincinnati. Okay. I think Cincinnati wins this game. Ooh. And I think they win by more than 3. So I'm Cincinnati all the way on this. If they lose, I don't care about the number, but if they lose, I told you I had concerns a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to have real concerns, like sit your quarterback down for a month.
Yeah. Which I thought they should have done anyway.
Let your backup quarterback get beat up for a while.
Yeah.
Let your starter, the guy that you just gave that mega contract to, let him get healthy. You're losing anyway with him. What's the point? All right, so now the 1:00 games are done. 4:05, Philly at the Rams. The Rams are a 4.5-point favorite. It's on Fox.
Explosive game. Right now, man, I mean, can the Eagles go undefeated all year? That's the question. You're going to take a loss. So, man, I don't think it's the Rams that's going through it, though. Give me the Eagles. I like the Eagles.
I've been back and forth on this game myself. Philly's going to lose a game. And, when you're going across the country and you're playing a team that you're superior to and they're kind of, overachieving a little bit, it's very, very tempting for me to take the Rams. But I won't. Philadelphia, and they cover. Ha! Let's do 425. Let's do the one that the players and the head coach were talking smack to each other about. The New York Jets at the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
Both teams are 1-3.
Mm-hmm.
Who saw that coming? Denver is a 1.5-point favorite.
Give me the Jets.
Jets to win?
Yes, and the cover. Yes,
I
I
agree. None of
I
this is fun with us agreeing. I agree.
Denver struggled against Chicago. I'm not taking them from your Bears, bro. But and yes, Zach Wilson is the quarterback. I get it, right? But the Jets have a better defense. The Broncos suck at defense. They do. So I think just defensively that the Jets defense could win them the game.
Mm. Um, well, if the quarterback can actually find a little bit of consistency and the defense plays the way they do. By the way, did you think that was a holding call or anything with?
No. Botch call. Especially that time in the game, bro. If you watch the play, come on, bro. You watched the same play I watched. No.
I
No.
watched. I didn't watch the game, and what I don't like
No.
is there was no consistency. They said that both teams were physical on each
They
other,
were.
and
They
now you're
were.
all a ticky tack again.
Come
Again,
on, bro.
referees are determining games. I don't like it. I don't like it. I tune in to see zebras.
It wasn't
Boys-
a clear cut hold. Like I could see if he clearly held them.
Yeah.
It's them battling. They were battling, bro.
Yeah.
So you don't call no
And he
flag
gets
in that
5
type of play.
yards. Contact with him at 5 yards. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I agree. I got the Jets winning. I just don't think Denver's that good. And I think the Jets are good except for their quarterback. So
Yeah.
Kansas City at Minnesota, CBS. Minnesota is a 4-point underdog.
Interesting game to me, man.
Don't you think Minnesota kind of has to have it though?
Yeah. You got, it's crazy. It's one of them games where they always play close games. So give me Minnesota for the close game. They'll probably lose, but it'll be a close loss. So give me Minnesota.
Again, you're saying what I'm thinking. I got Minnesota with the number. Kansas City pulls it out because they're the better team.
Yeah.
But that stadium gets really loud. If Minnesota comes out of the box,
Kirk Cousins is a stat stuffer. He's a stat stuffer. He'll go for 500 yards and lose.
You got it. By the way, if you don't agree with that, Kirk Cousins, feel free to call in to the What's Good with Gil and Larry on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Monday night, 8:20, Dallas. I've heard of them against San Francisco.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, Sunday night, 8:20, Dallas, San Francisco, ESPN.
Isthmus test for us. This is our Isthmus test. This is our litmus test right here. This is our barometer.
I know who I'm picking. I'm very curious to see who you're picking.
What's my point spread?
San Francisco is favored by 4.
What's up with these 4s, man?
They want to get. If it was easy, we'd be making the money.
God, man, these 4s. Dak Prescott,
4,
that defense,
5.5. Come on, man.
11. I like my boys. I like Dallas. Hey, we're going against the best team in NFL. I actually like Dallas.
To win or cover the number?
Win. To give San Fran their first loss.
I agree.
Yeah.
I had Dallas all the way.
Yeah.
All the way.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be one of those. Dak has a good game.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you something else.
I don't think Purdy will.
We'll beat them and we'll lose to a bottom feeder. Watch what I tell you.
We'll worry about the bottom feeder later. Right now, if you can go toe to toe and come out with a victory against the team who right now is considered the best team in the NFL,
they are
by most. That would be a great win. You worry about the following week.
Yeah.
But I agree. I got Dallas winning. I think one quarterback's going to play well and the other quarterback's not.
Yeah.
That's what. And then the Monday night game to finish it off, 8:15 ABC, Green Bay Packers versus the Las Vegas Raiders.
Okay.
And the Raiders are a 1-point home dog. Another weird line.
Is Garoppolo back?
Right now, as of today, they said he has not passed concussion protocol. I would assume he's not playing.
Yeah, I would assume he's not playing. But now the young boy actually gets some first string reps. my question: if Aaron Jones could finally come back, because Aaron Jones came back with his injury last week, so he wasn't 100% yet. Now we talking about coaches and who's a better coach than me. Like you were saying, your point. I actually like Green Bay in this situation. And I like Green Bay.
You think LaFleur is a better coach than?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. The Josh McDaniels, I sure do. I do. I think that he has.
Very controversial.
Yes, I do. I do. I think that McDaniels is overinflated because he did the same thing in Denver. He wasn't great coach in Denver, and he's a good offensive coordinator to a certain degree. I mean, when you got freaking Tom Brady, then I bet you everybody's a great offense coordinator. Yeah, I like LaFleur. I still think that Jordan Love is it's a project, but if he's going against another rookie, I like Jordan Love better.
Everything you said makes sense. I think Garoppolo is not going to play, so Green Bay has the better quarterback. I think Josh, he's a great offensive coordinator, but there's a miss with him as a head coach.
Yeah.
LaFleur has had a lot of success, whether that's Aaron Rodgers or not. He's had a lot of success. He's had a lot of wins. But I'm going to pick Las Vegas because I hate the Packers.
Okay. Yeah.
And I am picking with my heart, and I have no love for that team. None.
Yeah.
And I lose the pick than pick Green Bay and have them win. I'd rather lose it because I'm not picking them. I'm not picking them until I feel sorry for them. And right now, they're better than we are.
Yeah.
Still, 30 years later. Wait. Still better than us.
Yeah.
So that's my way of giving them props by saying their success makes me angry. Their success and domination over my team makes me sad. And I'm going to pick the Raiders because I don't like the Packers. I don't like them. We're not friends. We're never going to be friends. And when they're bad again, I'll make eye contact with them and give them the and that's it. That's all they get from Gil Larry.
I got the obnoxious Philly fan, so you know what I do. I don't even care about Washington or the Giants. They're not even, to me, a rivalry. It's the freaking Eagles, man. I live in Eagle country. I get tired of EAGLES. I get tired of Dunkin' Donuts free coffee on freaking Mondays. I get tired of freaking green. I get tired of people coming to me into my job talking about, hey, you like the Eagles? Hey, what do you think about the Birds? I'm a Cowboys fan. Proud to say it. You're lucky I ain't got my merchandise on because I'm telling you, I'll be cowboyed out, Jack. It's coming. Eagles fans. Got a whole family full of freaking Eagles fans. I was jumping for joy when they lost that Super Bowl. Yes, I sure was. Yeah, doing my dance and everything. I sure was. But we thank y'all, man, once again for a great show, man. Definitely got to like, subscribe, hit that subscribe button, that like button, man, and follow us, man. It's your main man, Larry, and that be my main man,
Gil.
And y'all have a great night, man. And I'll see you tomorrow, brother.
Deuces, brother.